Hello people, welcome back to this next section. In this section we're going to talk about relationships, and obviously not the kind you're having with a girl or a boyfriend, but we're going to create a project model and relate tasks to projects, and later on we will add users as project members. This will allow us in the next section to talk about authorization. So let's get started and use our artisan make command again to create the projects model. And besides the model, we're gonna want a controller, a migration, and a factory. So that's the C, the M, and the F flag that we're passing to this command. And let's fill in our migration first, for the projects table. Now projects are gonna have a title, which will be a required string field. And we're gonna add a foreign ID to the users table, and we will name this creator ID. So we will need to add a foreign key constraint to the users table because we called the relation or the foreign ID creator ID and not user ID. Now with that set up, let's fill in our project factory. So the project will have a title, and we'll use faker to create some dummy data. And for the creator ID, we will reference the user factory. Now, besides this migration, we will also need another migration to relate tasks to a project. And therefore, again, we will use the artisan make command, and we will name this migration at project ID to tasks. And by using this naming convention, Laravel knows to use the tasks table in this migration. Now for tasks, we will add a project ID, which is a foreign ID, obviously. And this field is going to be nullable. So with this, we're not creating problems for tasks that are already in our database and don't have a project related to them. And this is going to be a constrained foreign ID. Now, because we use project ID here, Laravel automatically knows to reference the projects table. So unlike in the creator migration or the project migration, where we use creator ID, we manually need to set users, but we don't need it here. And in the down method, which will be called if we reverse this migration, we're gonna drop constrained foreign ID with project or column name project ID. Now with this setup, let's run our migration. All right. Now with that being done, let's move over to our models and set up the relationships. So in the users model, let's create a new method, projects. So that is plural. So you might already guess that this is a has many relation. And we will reference the project model, and the foreign key that we used was creator ID. Now let's go to our task. Oh, I forgot the braces here. Let's go to our task model, and there also let's create another method, project singular, and therefore you might already guess that this is a belongs to relation. And again reference the project model, and we don't need to pass a column name here or foreign key because we use the project ID naming convention. And now in our project model, let's already define the fillable fields. And in there we are gonna add the title, and for relationships we're gonna have the tasks, and also here again, because we use project ID, which is the naming convention in Laravel, no need to add the column ID. We're gonna need that for the creator, which is a belongs to relation. And it references the user model. Alright, now with this setup we should be ready for the next video. I hope to see you there.